welcome to the first episode of Fitted, where I take you guys with me to fit some of my looks that I've been working on and creating. I did an episode like this when I first started the YouTube channel, and this is the kind of stuff that I wanted to be doing too. And then I kind of fell into the podcast space, which I love doing that. But now that I've kind of got myself a little settled and on a routine with the podcast, I wanted to get back to basics and back to my personal style and what I like and how I create my looks and sharing that with you guys. I did ask in my Instagram stories last week if anybody had any questions for me, and I have a few, just a few. All questions will be anonymous, just in case somebody decides to be motherfucking shady. If you're real shady, I might have to expose you. But I don't think we're going to have that problem. So, one of the questions that I received, what am I tired of most as far as trends and viral aesthetics and things like that? I will have to say again, the mob wife aesthetic. I feel like, you know, listen, I you can never go wrong with the mob wife aesthetic. That has been my niche for a very long time. But um what I don't and do like about viral aesthetics, like the mob wife aesthetic, is that it just goes to show how fake people really are. That's the one thing I like about it. Like, you could tell, like, 2 years ago when I was really heavy into the mob wife aesthetic and that whole, wife of a boss aesthetic, which I still dress like that till this day. Um, it was a lot of people making fun of the girls that were dressing like that, especially the black girls. There was a lot of us on Instagram that were not, didn't have our asses out all the time. I've done it before. I've taken thirst traps, so I'm a little older now. But, we wanted to dress a particular kind of way, and we got made fun of for wearing the vintage Liz Claiborne and, the vintage Donna Karen and flipping, and just all the cheetah print. We were getting made fun of by some of the people who are now like, oh my God, the mob wife aesthetic. What I don't like about the mob wife aesthetic going viral is um the silencing of the black influence over it. Like, how can we talk about the mob wife aesthetic and not talk about Little Kim? How can we talk about who was close friends with Victoria Gotti, and her style was very Italian influenced, and she really did add that gaudy hip hop excess flair to it. And the white fashion girlies aren't talking about that. They're not talking about it was so many people that I could name. um they're out of my head because we're here to fit, but I wanted to answer a few questions. But yeah, I just don't like, there's more people to put on your mood board when you're talking about that aesthetic than just Edie Falco from The Sopranos. Like, and I said something on a live not too long ago that I was in on, and they were like, Edie Falco, who is that? I was like, you guys are talking about The Sopranos and you don't know who the fuck Edie Falco is? Like, these viral, when trends and stuff go viral, it can be like, bitch, she wasn't liking that 2 months ago. So, like, I think whoever the internet gods are, really created that just to see who was really about it and who was just going with the wind, and not fabulously. All right, so let's look at one more question. Okay, so I have another question, and this one is, what is your style aesthetic now? What is inspiring you now? And what started you in fashion? Okay, so and that's a great question, because it's gonna go into our episode, to this episode of Fitted. I'm gonna have to say right now, I'm really, really interested in the history and style of Jamaica. I don't know if all of you know this, but my mom was born in St. Mary's, Jamaica, and she lived there till she was 8. Um, my whole family on her side, heavy Jamaican roots on that side. My dad is American. And so that's really what I've been trying to like study right now. And in studying that, I've come across like so much history about Jamaica. And what really prompted like really delving into the history of Jamaica is, my mom, she lived in Jamaica till she was only 8. My mom is 70 something years old. I don't think she'll appreciate me saying that, but she'll be all right. She ain't gonna see it anyway. Um, and she moved to England when she was 8. And a lot of Jamaicans, my grandpa, we call him Papa, he moved to England to find a better life, I guess you could say. And then they send for their families later on, which is what my grandpa did. And my mom lived in England from the age of 8 to 20 something. So when she came over here and met my dad in college. So I didn't really we didn't grow up with reggae in the house. We did eat the food. We did know, somewhat of the culture. We did visit Jamaica, but my mom didn't speak very much patois in the house. She was married to an American man, of course. So, and the history of Jamaica, like I never really got that from her. And when my mom's family, we're so wide and spread out. I have cousins that I don't even know that live in like other countries, mostly other countries. I have very little family on my mom's side here in the States. So that's what really prompted it. And also what prompted it is this all of a sudden this appreciation and fascination for Jamaican culture reemerging again. I remember being in middle school and all of a sudden everybody was Jamaican. And it's like, well, what part of Jamaica are you from? And they're like, Kingston. And I'm like, oh, everybody can't be from Kingston, bitch. Kingston ain't but that big. Come on now. But it's kind of like when J-Lo hit the scene and then all of a sudden everybody was Puerto Rican. Like you was not that girl if you was not Puerto Rican, honey. It's just how it goes. But yeah, and then I also wanted to explore Jamaica as well, not just for its style, but Jamaica is so multifaceted. And I see a lot of people like boom, 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 blood clot, ras, all them. Like that's a part of the Jamaican culture, but that's not the only thing. There's my mom's family. I talked to my mom earlier this week, and she had this to say.
So you
when I
and
asked her about
your siblings, y'all didn't
if,
go to the dance hall
if
and
she knew anything about
in
the
our
dance
family.
hall.
No, we weren't allowed to. Even my
check this
older
out.
siblings, when they were in Jamaica, that grew up, were teenagers in Jamaica, were not allowed to. That was not the way we did. We entertained at home, but going out to clubbing was not part of our thing. But my mom belonged to a dance group in Jamaica called the Quadrille, and it's like square dance. It was square dance. So you do square dance here in the United States, and somebody call out the different position that, and they would dance.
That's my mama, y'all. But yeah, so that was really interesting to know, and that aspect of her growing up definitely trickled down because clubbing and drinking and smoking is not something that my mom or my dad condone. When I was growing up, we did entertain a lot in the home. My mom would set the table the right way. So my mom's experience in Jamaica and her family lineage and history in Jamaica is very much conservative. So, like she said, they don't know nothing about the dance hall. They weren't allowed to do those type of things. Whereas my grandmother on my dad's side, my grandmother was a it girl, honey. She was a Sears catalog model. She worked for Lord and Taylor. She loved clothes. What the fuck was that? She loved clothes and she smoked. She drank a little liquor, I'm a lot like her in so many ways. But yeah, so it's kind of funny to see like how I'm just a melting pot of all those different things and exploring it. So that's kind of where I'm at now, which takes me. Oh, and they also asked what started my fascination with fashion. My grandma on my dad's side. I would go to my grandma's house, and my grandma had a walk-in closet, and she had all her jewelry in one section, and she had all her furs in one section, and she had all her blouses. My grandmother was a wiggy, just like me. I love a wig. My grandmother loved wigs, and I just remember like in all the TV we used to watch, like Dynasty. She loved all the soaps, Melrose Place, and we would sit and she would dress me in her negligees, honey. And yeah, my grandmother definitely started me in fashion, and also my mom too, because my mom isn't about all the glitterati when it comes to fashion, but when it comes to really understanding how to make clothes and the science behind making garments, that's my mom. So that's those two is definitely what started me really being interested in fashion. Okay, so we talked about Jamaica. We answered those questions. While also doing my research about Jamaica, I came across this documentary called hold on, let me look because I can't remember. I don't have notes for this episode, guys. We're just freehanding everything, honey. We're just freehanding it. We're just free with it today, okay? So let me see. I have to go back. But it was while I'm looking for it, it was this documentary. Um there is a stigma about Jamaica, which has often I would kind of say kind of like turned me away from wanting to know anything, especially with me being trans. There's a stigma in Jamaica that Jamaica is very homophobic, which is somewhat true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's somewhat true. I've experienced it with distant relatives in my family, very very distant now after experiencing them, but not too many because they know my mom's not having that. But um I've experienced like little comments, not anything crazy, and then I've seen things on TV. But the good thing about it is there's a prime minister. She's the former prime minister of Jamaica. I can't remember her name, but she had began the overturning of, just basically not letting people be themselves. And I came across this documentary, and it was about all of that. And there's this group of teenagers that live in the gully, and they're called the Gully Queens, and how they're forced to live like these are like there's two sets of gays in Jamaica. There's, you know, the passable conservative gays who you really don't know they're gay unless you they tell you. And then you have the gully queens that live in the gully, and they're the ones that are, like me, transgender, openly gay, don't care what anybody thinks about it. They're living their life. And I watched that and I was like, wow. Like the things that we have to go through, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. But I have checked out other documentaries where, this documentary was like back in like 2014 or something like that, I think. And then I've seen others more recent that show the progression of not only just LGBTQ plus rights, but also, trying to pass bills for healthcare. So, a lot of people say things about Jamaica, but Jamaica is a beautiful, multifaceted place. And I'm so proud to have that as a part of my heritage that I'm definitely working on my next short film, and I'm definitely gonna dedicate it to the Gully Queens in Kingston, Jamaica, because that their story just really resonated with me. And I there's no follow-up on the teens and where they're at now or what they're doing or if they're okay. I wish there was, but yeah. So I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to do that, and I'll have to bring you guys in on the making of that. That might be the next fitted episode. Who knows? So, all right. Now that we've had a little bit of chit chats, it is time to fit. So it's time to get fitted, rather. So I'm gonna try on 3 looks for you guys. All right. So this first look is these looks are just me really experimenting. It's been a while since I really like I've been dibbling and dabbling here and there, but I haven't really had time with the remodeling of my house and other things that I have going on in work and styling other people, which isn't always easy. I love doing it, but it's not always easy because you have to really hone in on what that person wants. It's not what you want. So I have to keep that in mind sometimes. But so the first look is gonna be something a little different. It's gonna be very colorful. It's gonna be very bright, which is not what I usually do. So yeah, let's get ready to fit. See you guys in a minute. Guys, so this is the first look. So let me break it down for you guys. So this was actually a full evening gown. So I had completely gutted it, took it apart, took the lining out, which I think I'm gonna have to reline it because I can see everything underneath, but I have nude undergarments. So this is just a fitting. But I was watching American Pie and looking at some old Blue Marine fashion shows and really trying to just, use what I got instead of going out and buying more and more and more and wasting it. So this cardigan actually I got years ago when I was working at the Goodwill, and I was like, oh my God, that thing is so ugly. Who would wear that? And it just kept on talking to me like, bitch, buy me, buy me. So I finally got one of my friends to come up there and buy it from me because when you work at Goodwill, you have certain days when you can and cannot shop. And I don't let that stop me from a good buy, honey. Improvise. So yeah, so I ended up getting it. And then shortly after getting this, I see this silhouette of cardigan with the line fur all over the runways. It's very blue marine. It's very now. I love it. I think Laquan Smith actually did purple, these like this same color purple in fur for one of his latest collections. So, listen, I have the eye. I have the eye. But yeah, so I love this look. I'm working on this look. I'll probably wear it with some silver jewelry. Maybe some clear heels, with the little diamond bows on them. Yeah, I really, really like this. Leave the comments. Tell me what you think. I'm going to a party very soon, a little event that I'm going to, so I need to be cute. So tell me what you guys think. So this is look number 1, very Y2K. So yeah, all right, let's go on and try look number 2. I'll be right back. I've tried this on once before. So this slip, I was actually going through my mom's sewing stuff. She has a whole bunch of old used fabric that she's never using, and she's always like, take it, I don't want it. So I ended up finding this slip that she was working on, and I love how it has these sort of raw edges. I don't know if you could see them. It's not finished, it's not lined or anything. I think I'm gonna line it up here though. And I love just how slouchy it was and how easy breezy it was. I also made this really cute necklace out of a bag that I just recently bought that I hated. So I kind of cut it into a unique little shape and added this cute flower. I love like how it goes down this way and exposes the bra, which is the same color as the blazer. I've worn this blazer bustier combo on Jaja's Atelier before, but I wanted to kind of play with it and see. And I have the perfect like thong sandal mules to go with this. And maybe like a touch of purple to go with the color in the flower, just to be kind of matchy, just to give some color to it. But I love this color contrast. It's spring. I'm not opposed to wearing all white before Labor Day. Fashion is freedom. Quote me. Anyway, so I really do love this look, but I don't think I would wear this look with like black hair. I think I'll probably go with my blonde wig. I haven't worn that wig in a while. Yeah, I think summertime Jaja's gonna start playing with hair color. Why not? I've been dark all this time, so I might as well play with it a little bit. But yeah, I love this look. This is definitely brunch, an early dinner. Yes, darling. Yes, very ladylike. Very ladylike. Ooh, with just a little bit of sex appeal. Yes, yes, yes. I'm really loving this. Okay, okay. All right. So now I'm about to try on my last look. Now, this look is kind of wacky. You guys know I love to do my music video, ad campaign slash reels, and the looks be like really, really extra. Yeah. So, okay. Are y'all ready? Last and final look. Don't laugh at me. So, guys, this is the final look. Now, listen, it's a lot of color. I know. I haven't quite finished putting it together. I'm kind of playing with the bottom. So, this is actually two pieces. And if you recognize this, I've worn this. This used to be a cardigan. I've worn it twice as a cardigan already. I've turned it into this really, really cute and fun little fur Kermit the Frog bustier. And I have a pair of satin Mary Jane pumps to match it. Let me get them over here. Now, we talked about Jamaican style and the fashion back in the day in Jamaica. And I know I've seen at least four of my aunts wear satin Mary Janes with the rounded buckle. So I'm definitely going to be wearing these with this look. And it's still got a little bit of a ways to go. I don't know how I want to, what accessories I want to do with it besides the shoes. But yeah, this is definitely giving me dancehall vibes. And also, I like that I'm doing it with leather pants. I have a pair of green leather pants, but it was just too much fucking green. So I said, let me chop it up with the black. I don't know. I don't know what kind of accessories I'm going to do with it. Give me some ideas in the comments, guys. But yeah, so this is going to be like my fantasy look. So I'm going to shoot this probably in the next couple of days because I'm excited about this. I've never done anything with quite this much color before. And also, what else? Yeah, so this is actually two pieces. So this is the tank top, and this is the button up that goes over it. So one thing I'm going to try to do is see how many looks I could get out of these two pieces, because that's always a fun game. And then I'm going to finish tightening up this bustier, and yeah, I cannot wait. So, guys, that was the first episode of Fitted. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it might have been a little rough. I'm working out the kinks, but I definitely enjoyed it. And I thank you guys for sending me those questions. Stay tuned for another episode of Fitted coming. So, I just finished. It's Sunday. I just finished um taping Jaja's Atelier. It was a good episode. It was quick. I think I need to learn not to ramble so much because the last two episodes I was on one. But I'm learning and I'm growing. But I am going to shoot the Gully Queen look tonight. It's Sunday, and the town I live in is real country. Everybody's chilling before work Monday. So, me and a very, very special guest, a very, very handsome special guest, darling. You guys haven't seen this person in a very, very long time, darling. I'm very excited to be reunited. Um, so we're definitely going to be shooting that tonight. So I'm going to take you guys um, along with me while we shoot that tonight. So stay tuned. So I have styled the look, honey. but it's somebody who y'all have not seen in about a year and a half, 2 years. I told you I was going to have a very special guest, honey. It never hurts to have a handsome man behind the camera, darling. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys in a minute. We're getting ready to shoot this look. Stay tuned. guys, I just finished.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Don't ask me why I'm towering over here.
Yes, honey. So I'm getting ready to go home. 6-inch heels and my pinky toe, you dirty motherfucker. Ooh. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for watching the first episode of Fitted. Stay tuned for more. Love you.